That's why too Kalman's work is so important, and the conscious conversions coming on September, July 17 and 18, because
Yeah.
it's truly, from my understanding, a moment where we can all unify, and if we all unify at one with a common intention, then then we can apparently align with the cosmic plan, which is what you're talking about here too, no?
Yes,
It's
indeed.
it's by taking our own responsibility individually, but coming collectively that this is possible. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So, we've had a lot of mass meditations,
Mm-hmm.
or not a lot, but enough to imagine that we've had some moments of shared consciousness, like the lunar landing,
Mm-hmm.
or a terrible thing like an assassination, or Katrina, where suddenly the whole planetary body you can feel. 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Haiti, some of these, the Gulf right now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's somehow everybody's attention,
Mm-hmm.
usually in a negative way, of pain or fear. And my understanding is that if the pain gets strong enough, there's enough empathy, like between you and me, the word resonance. What we're doing is we're resounding from the inner self, your inner self, to my inner self. And we're on Skype. We've never met each other before. You're in Chicago, I'm in Santa Barbara, and we are actually unified
Yeah,
right now.
totally. Yeah.
And we literally just saw each other. And we're in the noosphere, that is to say, the thinking layer. There's no time and no space. So I have thought that the way we're going to get the mass unity would be by a mass experience of resonance, in which people at smaller levels would be asked what they want to create and how they can join to create it. Because when you go in resonance, it liberates a creativity, which is more than my job or my profession. It's my expression of the divine.
Mm-hmm.
That's true calling, true vocation.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't get a chance to express their calling. And if they even are free enough, they don't know what they are. And we haven't quite designed a way to co-create. So I would add to the mass unity, the mass liberation of co-creative energy through synergistic process at the local levels. And my dream is to have a global synergistic convergence event on December 22nd, which is, now that's the other Mayan calendar, and I know there's a lot of differences of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it because of an understanding of the Mayan calendar. I'm just doing it because it was given to me and I was asked to tell the story of the birth on December 22nd, 2012. So I have said yes. And I want to be part of the unifying experience of humanity by asking, not only telling my experience of the story, but asking people to share their own experience of being members of the living planetary body,
Mm-hmm.
which through our internet and through our media is actually connecting beyond time and space right now. And if you had a Live Aid event way back, about hunger, and it was one of the early telecommunication events where people all over the world came in about, I think we can have a live birth event. And the live birth event would be enough people who are emerging like this,
That's exciting.
in resonance with each other, expressing what we can do in terms of energy, just briefly, not big projects, but yes, we can. We do. We are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the newborn baby has to know it can breathe. It has to know it can nurse. It can coordinate enough to nurse, and it can eliminate. If it can do those few little things and it's being held in love by its mother, it can grow. So I'm adapting that for the planet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have to hold ourselves in love, even though we're a mess. We've
Yeah.
hit critical mess,
Yeah.
maybe precedes critical mass. And I always go like this, like my arms, how you feel when you're a mother, you put your arms around the newborn.
Yeah.
And there's something I think I read in Joseph Chilton Pierce there's the way that the mother looks at the newborn on the left side usually, that its nervous system picks up the fact that it's being held by its mother's love, and the eyes, if the baby opens its eyes and it hits those eyes of its mother, it gets something through its nervous system. So I have been thinking that we need to have a reflection of ourselves that's loving.
Yeah.
We, instead of the problems that we are seeing, that we are definitely doing and feeling, that there is a shared motherly love that could be generated, and fatherly as well. Because it's really, but the mother is an indifferent thing when she's giving birth. That the father's protecting, but the mother is actually birthing. And it's painful.
Yeah.
So when you're a mother, you know that the pain has meaning, which is really different than not knowing the pain has meaning. Because if you were giving birth to a baby and you had never known about birth, you'd think you were dying. And sometimes we do die giving birth. And sometimes the baby dies. So it doesn't mean it's bound to succeed. But I have felt, a Mother Hubbard, that old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard? Since my name is Barbara Hubbard, I've decided to be old Mother Hubbard. I go to the cupboard and I look down, I see planet Earth. It's a struggling, living organism that does have among its members the capacity to unify, to connect, and to innovate.
Yeah.
And the holding of ourselves in love, nurturing that capability, and speaking the words that we're being born, we're whole, we're good, we're one, we're universal, we are higher life. And I think we'll have mass experience of being in a universe filled with life when we ourselves are resonating at a higher frequency together. I think we'll open our eyes, and we're probably not alone.
So July 17 and 18 is a good time to kind of pre-pave that. That's what I'm hearing too, and to start raising our frequency all together.